Greetings, survivors and friends. SHADOWFRAX here with your latest slab of Rust news. And what's that you say? You're really looking forward to monument puzzles and you'd love to see how progress on those are going? Well, what a coincidence, because I was talking to Helk yesterday and he showed me both what he's up to and where he's up to on those, and as you can see here, a number of the essential ingredients are already plugged in and running. You've probably heard me mumbling about switches, fuses and keycards in my videos already, but now we get to see them in action. These components are all modular and can be hooked up in many ways. For instance, here we have a switch that powers a fuse box, but oh no! Something's not right with that, you can tell because it's sparking. Insert a new fuse though, and the next switch can be used to provide electricity. Next we have an AND gate arrangement where both a switch and button must be activated to provide power, and as I say, these are all modular and behave exactly like real circuits, so with just a few components and logic gates come many sexy electrical possibilities. Next we have a manual override, which you'll see in some areas, and this comes with two controls, both a wheel and button, which you have to hold E on to raise the blast door, but this will then drop down if you let go. When these are close enough to the actual door, then just one person can operate them and get through in time. Just don't drop your hat. But sometimes the wheel could be placed further away, in which case you'll need to enlist the help of a teammate or passing naked. It'll probably be a case of there being a wheel on the outside and a button on the inside to let you out, so there shouldn't be a risk of entrapment. Helk's very busy making sure these are ready for inclusion in next Thursday's update to main, and is currently working on getting the keycard lock sorted out, but he tells me he's taking his time to do all of these in a way that makes it possible to reuse them later on for player deployables, and I think we all know what that means. We have some new pickies of the Bandit Town monument this week too, which if you've been following along you'll know is intended to be the dark side equivalent of the scientist compound. That is, assuming that the scientists are the good guys, or at least gooder than the bunch of reprobates who you'll find hanging out here. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy on Rust Island than this place when it's live, which probably won't be until July, to be honest. There's still some placeholder art here, for instance, and the exact details of its function aren't known yet, but it seems that access to both here and the scientist compound could depend on some kind of faction rating, with the latter appealing more to arseholes, as Helk puts it. So likely it'll be pretty busy. Sorry, what are you saying now? You really like the Happis Island map, but you wish there were some small islands off the coast to explore and build on? Well, today really is your lucky day then, because over on the staging branch, that very thing was just added. In the southeast corner of the map, a brand new island monument has risen from the ocean like Atlantis. In reverse. This one's called the Listening Station and is pretty much like the satellite array we know and perhaps love, with the usual pockets of radiation. Building is blocked here, apart from a very small spit of land on the far western point, although I'm told whether or not this will stay is undecided. However, for those of you who would like to build something more substantial surrounded with water, another couple of new islands have emerged just off the coast on the southwest side, and these are perfect if you want to be just that little bit further away from other people. And let's face it, who doesn't? These are just the first steps, and hopefully we'll see more offshore islands bobbing to the surface later on. Meanwhile, inland, the compound monument has now been added to Happis, and although the layout is slightly different to the procedural map version, the functionality is the same. Hopefully these will be merged to main next week. The diving gear has had a cosmetic makeover this week, and although it's not a million miles away from the original design, those who have the time to look at it up close will notice a more detailed and cohesive aesthetic. And further to the shots I showed you last week of the labs at the military tunnels and updates to the sewer branch, monument dressing continues with busier interiors for the power plant, as you can see in these pictures. AI improvements are continuing, with the main work this week being focused on Navmesh Links, basically the technology needed to allow NPCs to cross door thresholds when they're open. This should mean that they'll respect locked doors and not use them until they're unlocked, something that'll be essential for when monument puzzles are added, I'm guessing. There are apparently some changes to procedural generation incoming, and these will likely be included in the next forced wipe, although it's a secret at the moment, so your guess is as good as mine there. And lastly, a sneak peek at skydiving animations. And no, this doesn't mean Rust Battle Royale, that much we do know. Exactly how it'll work in the game and when it'll drop, we'll have to wait and see. But hot air balloons are mentioned on the roadmap, so that's one possibility that's in my basket at the moment. Thank you for watching. Please spank all my buttons and stay tuned for more amazing content if YouTube will let you, and join me on all the other things such as Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and my Steam group too. I shall catch you all soon, of course, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio.